Let's delete this house since we are already over here. Okay. No stream chat. Sorry, I was just confused. It's fine, man.
Parancs, gyűjtögetek.
I'm gonna delete like both the stuff in the back. So a big boom is basically a 4 TC boom, and then getting to like Imperial army as quickly as you can. So we are actually going to be doing like the most efficient Dark Age as possible, because it is like a prerequisite of getting to be able to do it. For a regular play with Scout, 3 TC boom with monks for relic, what if up gang you look like castle drop, unique or monks is how to react to that? Those are a lot of questions in one, like those require a lot of answers in that one question. But I can give it a try. With Scout and 3 TC boom with monks for what relic? For relic, what if opponent going for YOLO castle, unique unit, like drop castle drop unique unit or siege monk. Against siege monk, light caps are really good. You just have to look out for your opponent, like, and try to pick off the monks. Like, don't add your third TC immediately. Play 2 TC and try to deal with the rush if your opponent is rushing you. What if your opponent is going to castle drop you? Same answer, where you make light cap and don't let him drop the castle forward. If he's making a castle in his base, you basically try to grab all the relics as quickly as you can before he can like use his unique unit to contest the map. Start collecting stone and drop a defensive castle. That's my answer.
Igen. Jó napot. Igenis. Vadászok.
Gyűjtögetek.
Értettem. Parancs. Építészek.
4 on word, 6 on cheap. I kind of messed up the lure, otherwise the timing would have been different, but it's still fine. I'm still gonna keep 10 under the food, under the TC for the food. When do you start with 3 fast 3 TC and add both later? Comparison to 4 TC straight boom. If you want a straight boom, okay, so as a flank, if you're playing a lot of team games, as a flank, it's fine to go for a 3 TC into a 4 TC, depending on what you're up against. But a straight 4 TC is always just going to be better. A 3 TC is good if you want to get army quickly. For a civilization like Vikings, Britons, Ethiopians on a flank, you're better off doing a 3 TC if you want to go for army composition like Arbalest. Any civilization which requires a lot of food in the Imperial Age, you should always go for a 4 TC. Boom. Or something like Halb and Onager, stuff like that, which requires you a lot of food to upgrade. Always go for a 4 TC. As a pocket, like, think of it always going for 4 TC. Depending on your civ, of course. If somebody says, I need fast cavalier, then it is better to go for like 3 TC boom. Even as Magyars, I would recommend. Like, even as Magyars, just go for a fast 3 TC boom and then get to like that 35 farms and go for a cavalier push with your ally on the flank, rather than relying on like the paladin. Once you have like your 10 on food, 4 on berries, 4 on wood, go for the other wood line at the same time. Mostly pocket boom? Yes, this is mostly pocket boom. I would not recommend this for 1v1. I would not recommend this for a flank play on arena. Gonna start pushing my deer. Gonna have 6 on sheep and 4 on deer. And I'm gonna wait for the deer to get finished before I push the second one. I'm not gonna push it just yet. I'm gonna wait for it to go down to like 30 food before I start pushing. Depending, of course, on the distance between the TC and the deer. You can push it a little bit earlier so that you have 6 on sheep and 4 on deer with like the most ideal collection of your resources.
Igen, fát vágok. Szolgálatára.
Vadászok.
Igen, vadászok.
So I have 5 on each wood line. And now I'm gonna go up with 28 population. I personally like 28, people like 27. But I feel like I'm more comfortable with that one extra villager in Dark Age.
Igen, parancs. Gyűjtögetek.
Collect 20 gold with this villager. We are going to be selling stone to click up instead. 28 allows me to squeeze in. So what if you want to boom and you never start with something like 24 plus 3 TC? At a 4th TC? No, basically never if you know you want to go for a fast boom. A fast boom, like a heavy boom, is always, you're just better off doing like a straight 4 TC boom.
Igen.
Once your stuff starts running out, you're gonna add like 5 farms.
Szolgálat.
I'm gonna need a little bit more gold. The reason you get like more than 10 gold is because if your opponent also is selling stone to click up, you're gonna be in trouble if you don't have the stone collected already. Once your sheeps and your deers run out, send 2 more to the berry so that you have a total of 6.
Igen. Bányászok.
I have 5 on 5 farms, 6 berries, and then yeah, like now we're just waiting to go up to the next stage.
Jó napot. Építkezek. Fát vágok. Parancs.
Jó napot, azonnal, fát vágok. Igen, megyek, fát vágok. Szolgálatára.
Igen.
Jó napot. Igen, fát vágok.
Szolgálatára. Azon
Parancs.
vágok.
Építkezek.
Jó napot. Építkezek.
And now you wait for your market and your blacksmith to finish so that you can click up.
Szolgálatára. Fát vágok. Igen, gyűjtögetek. Fát vágok.
Sell 100 stone and click up. The reason you sell 100 stone, like I have 11 extra gold, is because if somebody else is also selling stone, you don't have to mine stone at the last second. Get the wood upgrade, get the farm upgrade.
Jó nap, fát vágok. Szolgálatára.
Your berries are gonna be running out. Send these villages out to like the wood line. Take stragglers with the new villages.
Jó napot, fát vágok. Szolgálatára.
And add
Parancs.
8 farms once your horse color is finished.
Igen.
Well, not 8 farms, not add 8 farms, but have 8 farms.
Szolgálat. Jó nap, azonnal. Építkezek.
Why did you mine that 20 gold? Because you want to sell the stone. And the reason you mine 20 gold instead of only 10 gold is because you don't want to mine that stone at the last second if somebody else sells the stone. Hopefully that explains it. For a boom, I like a lot of players have in their repertoire to sell the stone. And if you're up like a little bit later, it's easier to have 20 gold in the bank rather than mine it at the last second. It's just a precautionary thing I'd like to do.
Szolgálatára.
And now we're gonna wait for 300 stone before we move these villages
Parancs.
to a different resource. It's a global market. Yeah.
Jó napot. Fát vágok. Igen, fát vágok.
Jó napot.
And now
Bányászok.
you remove the villages from the gold.
Bányászok.
Szolgálatára.
Jó napot. Fát vágok.
Parancs. Építkezek. Szolgálatára.
Szolgálat.
Make 3 TCs immediately.
Parancs. Építkezek.
I have enough for 3 TC, wood upgrade, farm upgrade. All the new villages make the farm. I'm gonna make like a house before I make the farm because I want the horse heavy plow to kick in.
Építkezek.
You don't pay wood upgrade while going up. I already got it. I already had it. I'm getting the second wood upgrade in the farm upgrade.
Építkezek.
Jó napot. Építkezek.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Szolgálat. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára. Igen, azonnal. Építkezek.
Parancs. Bányászok.
Szolgálatára. Fát vágok. Jó napot. Fát vágok. Értettem. Építkezek. Parancs.
And now I just try to make sure all my TCs are working without any like problems. Just make sure like all my TCs are working. Already gonna send like one villager to constantly keep making houses.
Parancs. Fát vágok. Érted. Építkezek. Jó napot. Fát vágok. Építkezek.
Igen.
I'm gonna wait for like 50 villagers before I think about getting wheelbarrow. Like I can't afford it at the moment anyway.
Igen, építkezek. Parancs. Azonnal. Jó napot. Építkezek.
Parancs. Fát vágok. Igen. Fát vágok. Szolgálat. Építkezek.
Make like farm every 60 wood.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek.
You made Dark Age relative late, isn't it cheap for you to farm the ASAP? Personal preference. I like agree. Like you should make the farms almost as soon as possible. But I like zero food waste on my animals.
Igen. Építkezek.
It's just a personal preference. There's nothing wrong with making your farms a little bit earlier.
Építkezek. Igen.
I'm used to the timings of it though.
Jó napot. Parancs. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára. Igen. Parancs. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek.
I'm gonna keep adding farms like I can afford.
Építkezek.
Wheelbarrow.
Szolgálatára. Értettem. Igen, parancs. Jó napot.
Jó napot. Fát vágok. Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Szolgálat. Építkezek. Igen, megyek. Építkezek.
Igen. Fát vágok. Építkezek.
Parancs. Építkezek. Jó napot. Fát vágok. Építkezek.
Jó napot. Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Get wheelbarrow when I'm able to afford it.
Szolgálat. Épít. Jó napot.
And delete this lumber camp because it's not efficient enough anymore.
Igen.
Gonna make one more lumber camp over here and delete this one.
Igen. Parancs. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek. Szolgálatára.
Parancs. Igen. Igenis. Építkezek.
I need now more on gold.
Igen. Építkezek.
Jó napot. Bányászok.
I always wait till I can afford it. I know people like who like to do it, but like the reason I do it like this is because if I can get wheelbarrow like in this area, I can afford handcart almost immediately behind it.
Szolgálatára. Bányászok.
And once like I get the wheelbarrow like this, yeah, look, I have enough resources for handcart immediately after.
Jó napot. Vágok.
Gonna add my buildings and start sending at least 2 town centers on gold, 1 town center on stone, 1 town center on wood.
Jó napot.
Usually the one with the handcart goes for the last one. Gonna remove villages from wood and send them to gold as well, so that I can have enough resources, get the gold upgrade,
Parancs. Értek. Bányászok.
and stone for a passive income of stone so that I can drop a castle to get conscription on all the unique tech upgrades I need.
Jó napot.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Pick up relics at this point if there are any on the map left.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Like 40 farms, I need one more.
Igen. Építkezek. Jó napot. Parancs.
And now it depends on like what army composition you're going for. If I'm going for paladin, I need at least 50 farms. Dark Age 28. 27 villagers, 28 population.
építkezek.
And I'm up.
Parancs.
Gonna add production buildings now.
Bányászok.
Igen, bányászok.
Get the gold upgrade, second one.
Parancs, építkezek.
Stone upgrade.
Jónak gazdálkodok.
Szolgálatára.
Bányászok.
Basically finalizing all of my upgrades at this point.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek.
Igen.
Igen.
Let's not replace any more farms. I want resources for the units now. Now, depending on what you want to do, since I'm Magus, I can play Cavalry also, but I'm just still gonna play Paladin. Just to show.
Parancs, építkezek.
27 villagers, yeah, workers. 28 population.
Igen. Bányászok. Értettem.
Let's go for a castle outside.
Parancs. Bányászok. Jó napot. Fákvágok. Igen. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Építkezek. Igen. Építkezek.
Do you have to forget relics in 1v1?
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
You don't do this build in 1v1. If you do, you die. Because like you don't have enough map control. You basically give up the full map control in a 1v1 game to boom. You can boom, but you will just die. So I would not recommend doing this strategy in a 1v1.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Still keep making villages like one till you have around 125. 125 is like your cutoff point.
Igen.
That's like when you stop making
Parancs.
units.
Építkezek.
Basically finishing up my upgrades.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
Gonna start making a couple units as well at the same time. Conscription, trebs, if you want to make
Jó
trebs.
napot. Építkezek. Igen. Bányászok. Parancs. Bányászok.
Parancs. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára.
At least like 8 or 7. 8 is like a good number. 8 stables so that you can constantly spam. Get the last armor. Gonna cancel like a few knights so that I can afford Paladin.
Jó nap. Szolgálatára. Építkezek. Parancs. Építkezek.
Buy a little bit of food. I overtook gold.
Szolgálatára. Építkezek.
37 farms seems low. Yeah, you're right.
Építkezek. Építkezek. Parancs.
I need at least 50.
Szolgálatára.
Igen. Építkezek. Építkezek.
Jó nap. Építkezek.
Szolgálatára. Jó napot. Építkezek. Igen. Építkezek. Parancs. Építkezek. Jó napot.
But I can quickly get to that number if I want.
Építkezek. Szolgálat. Építkezek.
Építkezek.
But I'm able to afford basically everything. Having gold float is fine, but having food or wood float is like really bad. When do you tech switch in TGS Pocket? Depends on what you want to tech switch into. After you kill your opponent's like initial army or you hold off the pressure is my answer. But that first army should be like a correct army where you don't have to tech switch. Please show unique unit, fast Imperial or similar YOLO even Siege Monk. Sure, after this one. I can like keep continuing to make Paladin the entire time. As soon as I have the food for it, I'm gonna keep making Paladin. Yeah, and this basically concludes. I have 130 villages, and the rest of it can be military. 70 military, 130 villages. CL the Dragon Star? Maybe.
Igen. Építkezek. Parancs. Építkezek.
Can you show me the Khmer FC? Not full boom. Just until clicking up. Can you show the Khmer FC as well?
Szolgálat.
For the boom or
Építkezek. Igen. Építkezek.
Khmer 1v1 in general?
Építkezek.
Parancs. Építkezek. Jó napot. Építkezek.
Yeah, like this ends the build. You can start adding your own trade, pick up all the golds on the map, and finish the game from that point on. Like add trips to kill like your opponent's castles, use the paladins to kill your opponent. This concludes like the normal boom. What time to go for market and trade? Now on? Yeah, pretty much now on. Once you start running out of your first gold, the easiest way to remember on when to add markets is when your initial gold, your initial first gold starts to run out. That's when you add market in every map. No, doesn't matter like if it's Arabia, if it's Arena, if it's a standard map with like the normal amounts of gold. Once your first gold mine, or first big gold mine, if you were taking at the correct timings, starts to run out, that is the timing to add to market. For fast 3TC, would you recommend mill before lumber? Nope. Personally, I don't like to do it. People might have some variations where they can do it, but if you're asking me for my opinion on it, always go for the mill. Always go for the lumber camp first, unless you're maybe like Japanese or something. Like Japanese is like the only civilization where I can justify going for the mill before the lumber camp. On arena for booming, no, not really. It's easier to have it on the lumber, but if you just feel comfortable having the mill first, so that you don't run out of food. If you're not confident in your Dark Age abilities to gather food from sheeps and stuff, go for the mill. But other than that, I don't recommend doing it. For arena 3TC boom play, you like there's justifiable reasons for doing it on Arabia because you